I'm going to go through some features of Blackboard, and Blackboard has changed over the summer for those of you used it before. But now, to get the Blackboard, you go to the main page of Boise State University and you click on the Blackboard link. And that'll actually take you to the Blackboard section. You need to, at that point, once you get into Blackboard, you type in your username and also your password. These are the same that you use on Bronco Web. I'd like to point out there are some helps for the new version right here to at least help you understand how to work through it. It's somewhat the same, but there's a few bells and whistles that they put onto it that I think you may want to watch or look at. So if we go ahead and log into Blackboard, this is actually my Blackboard page, and you'll see the courses that I'm involved in. What we're going to do is look at the Global Environmental Health Program at this point. And you see there's some announcements that are up and the posted tests and all of that. So let's go ahead and get into that class. That's how you do that. You just click on the class and it takes you into the class. One of the new features of the Blackboard is we have this home page. And on the home page, right up here, it actually shows you all of this information that's out there. I think one of the features they've added to Blackboard is down on the bottom or wherever you're going to find report card. And we've set it up so you can actually track what your grade is in this class, or how many points you have in this class. And as you go through the class, so you'll know kind of where you are in terms of how many points you have. It used to be on the old Blackboard, you had to go clear the end of the scale or find out. I think as you come in, there'll be an announcement, and the critical thing we want to talk to you about is how to do the quizzes. If you haven't ever done a quiz on Blackboard, right here, there's an announcement. Every time we set a test or a test comes up, you're going to find an announcement that says there's a test out there. You can actually click on this announcement, and it brings you to the actual announcement, and it says the demonstration quiz is up and all of that. What you need to do is go over here to these tabs, and these tabs will then take you here. It says where you got quizzes. You're going to go to the quizzes tab. It might take a few minutes to at least talk about some of the other information that's over here on these buttons and all that. By the way, if for some reason you click this little guy right here, those things disappear, and you say, where in the world are my buttons? You actually need, and then right over here, you go back here, and it'll bring your buttons back. So if you'll open this up and your buttons appear to be gone, that's what's happened. If you accidentally click on that little mark right there, it'll disappear. Your buttons will disappear, and you may panic. I don't just let you know. You just need to click that, and they'll bring it back in. Some of the other things under course documents, that's where we're going to have all of our lectures loaded, so you can actually find your lectures. These down here on downloadable resources, if we look at the downloadable resources, we've actually put in there some resources for you. You can get Adobe Reader, Real Player, free word processor, that's OpenOffice, to create an Adobe PDF document. And some of you may not have Microsoft PowerPoint, and this is a PowerPoint viewer. If you actually open up, if you get this free word processor that's there, that OpenOffice, if you don't have Microsoft Office or any of those products, it'll actually allow you, there's a document in there that allows you to open up the PowerPoints that we'll have and to read them, so that you don't have to have that if you're looking at PowerPoints, although most of the time we load them up as a PDF, Adobe PDF, so it's important to have Adobe PDF. But let's go back to the quizzes. There's some student support services down there if you're interested in different kinds of support services. Let's actually go to a quiz and walk through how to take a quiz. In this case, we have a demonstration quiz. Go ahead and you just take the cursor, click on that quiz, and it actually brings up the opportunity to go through the quiz. Over here, you say, okay, let's begin the quiz. And there's some important information that you're going to see at the top. The instructions. There'll be some instructions if Dr. Stevenson or I have put some information in there. It tells you how long you're going to have. In this case here, it's a 2-hour timer. You're not seeing the timer on this because it's a demonstration project, but while you're taking, you'll see a timer. It tells you how many attempts you have. You're not allowed to take multiple attempts. Tests can only be taken once. So you open it up, you have to take it, and it's the 4th completion. So you know what the rules are when you open it up. that it is forced completion. You cannot open this quiz, close it, and go back out and then come back in. Just can't do that. And that brings up the point, if for some reason you're in this quiz and you get kicked out or your computer goes off or whatever, in essence assumes that you went in, tried to take it, and you got out. And you'll have to send an email to either Dr. Stevenson or Tom Churko and to ask them to reset the quiz so you can get back into it. And what you need to do is send it to the person that the quiz lecture is associated with. So let's just look at an example here of taking this as a multiple choice. Say we're going to say who we're going to play on Labor Day weekend, and let's say we're going to put down University of Virginia. Now I know that's a wrong answer, but I just want to demonstrate because we're going to go back through this. You can save that answer at that point, and it'll allow you to see. It says up here, it says saving answer. So you know the answer's been saved. How much time will you have to complete a quiz once you started it and opened it and start taking it? The answer there is 2 hours. We're going to put down 2 hours. Once you open a quiz to take it, you must finish it at that time, true or false. And that's actually true. Okay, so we've finished taking the quiz. What will happen is there's 10 questions in each quiz. All of them get shown at one time. So you'll be able to work through them. You can save the answers. So when you get ready to leave, you're going to save and submit. So let's go save and submit. And then what it says, okay, now are you really, really sure this is what you want to do? Are these the answers you want to put down? One last opportunity. As soon as you submit them, you're past the point of no return. The computer then grades them, Blackboard grades them, and it has up here the answers. So you get a chance to click OK to review the results. So if you go down and click OK, it'll actually bring up your test and show you that it took you 2 minutes and 27 seconds out of the 2 hours, how long it took. You get 20 out of 30 points. It tells you which ones are right, which ones are wrong, and then there's some feedback there. Now you could save this if you'd like to. Well, what will actually happen is that a week after you take the quiz, the quiz closes, all the answers to the quiz will pop up in a PDF format in a quiz answer box. I think it's important to look at those because you may see 10 questions. There are times when we may have 15, 20 questions in a pool that are picked randomly to create your quiz. So it's important to look at all those because we use those sometimes as a resource for the midterm and the final. So we click OK on that, and you're pretty much done. And that's just a brief run through on how to take your quizzes